Hello, every pony. What you are about to listen to is the unedited, unrated version of Laichonious and my reading. So, yeah, there's gonna be lots of laughing and talking, and very little actual reading. But I thought maybe you would all enjoy it anyway. But I will release an edited version that contains only the reading that we did. That'll take some time, so for those who are just really impatient, or just really want to hear us talk about nothing, well, not exactly nothing. I mean, we talk about his story and ponies. But yes, for those who want to listen to that, you can continue listening. But for those who really only want to hear the reading, sorry, you'll have to wait a bit. But I will have it up soon. But for now, you can listen to the original recording that we did, unaltered and whatnot. Hope you enjoy. There we go, I hope it's working. I have not tried this out yet.
Interesting.
Yes.
Anyway. Is my mic okay? It's very old and very terrible.
It actually sounds pretty good. Surprisingly. It's much better than the mic I was first using.
Huh. That's interesting, because when I was doing the reading of Homebound, it was all ridiculous sounding. Very metallic. Had a poor sample rate or something. Maybe I need to fix that. Anyway.
I think I could take that out. Remove the noise. Yeah. I mean, it sounds fine to me.
Well, that works, I guess.
So...
Just here. So should I just blast through this thing?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, well, I guess we should probably, if you're going to use this in the video, or whatever. It's not a video. It's a picture. With sound. That always makes me laugh. Like, have you seen this video? It's not a video. I like to nitpick things.
I do too. I feel weird when I tell people, hey, thanks for watching. Oh, wait.
I mean, listening.
That sounds weird. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to my plight, sir.
Alright. Hope Skyrim isn't too loud. My brother's playing over there. And no, it's not part of the story, lol.
Damn it. I was kind of looking forward to that a few chapters back.
Oh, I considered it. It might still be there, I don't know. This thing has a mind of its own.
I don't know why you said your reading was horrible. I kind of like your voice, actually.
Oh, I hate hearing my voice. I hate hearing it played back to me. It feels weird.
I'm pretty sure most people feel like that, but not me. I think I might be a little narcissistic.
You're a terrible person.
Indeed I am.
How dare you like yourself?
Give me an evil villain. I'd love to do an evil laugh.
Oh. Well, if I ever get to finish my other stories, I had an epiphany the other day. I'm like a weird brony George Lucas. I came up with a trilogy. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. But then I had the idea for the Great Brony Migration, and I wrote that, and it takes place 10 years in the future from the other stories. I turned around and I looked at that and said, oh crap, I wrote Star Wars.
No one would notice, I'm sure.
Alright, so introductions? Are they really needed?
Maybe. I don't know, you first.
Okay,
I'm horrible with introductions.
oh, so am I. I just dive into things. Hello, everypony.
Oh, hello, everypony. Yes. Actually, I guess I should go first since it's my video. Hello, everypony. This is ThatFatBrony, and today I have a very special guest, the writer of the great Brony Migration, Laichonious. Say hello to my viewers, Laichonious.
Hello.
Yes. Amazing.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Yes, this is my drone. You will either like it or hate it, or it will mesmerize you, and you will do everything I say.
Because it's all part of his evil scheme to control the world, as I mentioned before.
Evil scheme? No. Plan maybe, scheme no. So I guess I'll start out.
I just love to dilly-dally. Shilly-shally.
It's so great. I'm a wonderful procrastinator. It's one of my greatest talents. I would have made a, cutie mark. But
I'm very tempted to just not edit this at all and just let them listen to our nonsensical banter.
I'm really good at that too. That's what I do all day long.
I actually think they'd enjoy it, so I think I'll do that.
Oh.
Or I could lose viewers. They'd be like, what the hell is this? I don't want to listen to these two guys talk. Well, I do.
Your story, dang it.
Oh, well, I do want to hear them talk, but I want them to read.
Yeah. This was a lot of fun to do. It all kind of happened in the space of 2 days, this entire chapter. And I planned everything out, and then if you saw my blog post, I worried about everything.
Yeah, I read it. I usually read it if FemFiction actually tells me. Damn it, FemFiction. I seriously had no notification about the next chapter.
Well, all the better you learned it from me.
Yes.
Alright. Let's see. Now, I don't want to make anyone feel bad, especially you, but I did write this, so I might go a little faster than you do.
Yeah, that's fine. I really don't care. Oh wait, I should probably cut that out. I want my viewers to know I don't care.
Oh, I said that in my video, but I still haven't uploaded yet. But I said I don't care if you don't like the way I do it. Point is, you like the story I'm reading. There we go.
Yes.
Problem solved. Hugs for everyone. Rainbows. Skittles. Everywhere. Alright, so this, what did I call this one? It's chapter 710.
Yes.
What is lost? Canterlot was positively buzzing in the most distracting of ways. Sweetie Belle gazed out of the window of her dormitory, the red quill hovering over her notebook, temporarily forgotten. Her weekends were often spent this way, alone while her roommates wasted time in the city. Only, this weekend didn't hold the promise of another lesson with Princess Luna. Sweetie sighed and returned to her notebook, but she found she didn't have much to write. Her roommates thought she was crazy, already thinking about her thesis. She thought they were stupid for not having some ideas already. She still had 3 more semesters to go before she graduated from Celestia School for Gifted Unicorns. Oh, I'm going to do that over again. Holy crap.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
It was a little embarrassing.
She still had...
Yes. Perfect.
I'm crazy. Sometimes my mouth doesn't like to obey me, and every once in a while I'll slip in between like German and Portuguese and English, and oh yeah, it's great. Multilingual. It's fun. Anyway. She still had 3 more semesters to go before she graduated from Celestia's school for gifted unicorns. But with 1.5 semesters down, she felt she should be thinking ahead. She knew she was something of an oddity here in Canterlot. Not very many unicorns came to the school from other places. The fact that she was from such a small town like Ponyville was an inexhaustible well of curiosity for the other students. And then there's the fact that she had a living element of harmony for a sister. It definitely had its perks, but sometimes she just wished no pony knew. Still, it got her into the school in the first place, and it had gotten her several jobs during the school breaks, but it almost felt like cheating. On the other hoof, having a famous sister had its own problems. Her instructors seemed to hold her to a higher standard than the other students. Some of them seemed to think that she didn't deserve to be there, and did their best to try and discourage her. A satisfied smile crept onto her face. That made the looks on their faces so much more enjoyable the day Princess Luna decided to take a tour of the school. She was in one of her most favorite classes, Solo Voice, with her least favorite instructor, True Tone. He wasn't a bad teacher, one of the best actually, but he was also one who was of the opinion that Sweetie had used her influential sister as a means to get into the school. She was doing her best. True Tone had been pushing her hard, but nothing she could sing could impress him. He threatened to fail her. He threatened to write a letter of discharge. He was impossible. But that day, he was being especially difficult. He kept interrupting her in the middle of a verse, making snide remarks about her posture, criticizing the vibrato in her tone, being all around brutal, critical, and mean. She was on the verge of tears, but she wasn't going to give him the satisfaction of seeing her cry. She knew that singing was her talent, and she wasn't going to let a sour instructor ruin her chances of becoming a famous singer. For her last song of the day, she had picked out a classical piece. It was one of the more difficult vocal ensembles, and written in high equestrian. She poured her heart and soul into that song, channeling all of her frustration and hope into it. She thought she saw something happen while she sang, almost like she was bending ley lines with her voice. Regardless, she belted out that song like no pony's business. The walls shook. She couldn't remember when she had closed her eyes. She couldn't remember when the tears started flowing, but she remembered, vividly, opening her eyes and seeing Princess Luna standing before her. The Princess of the Night herself, reported to be the most powerful of singers to ever live, stared at Sweetieville with a satisfied smile. True Tone, for once, was speechless. As soon as she realized who it was exactly who stood before her, Sweetieville dropped to her knees, furiously wiping out her tears with a foreleg. Canta's Ode of the Soul, Luna said breathlessly. A more stirring rendition I have not heard in ages, little one. Indeed, that song has not been heard in these walls for several centuries. Did you know? Canta wrote that song for me. Luna stepped forward, placing a hoof on her shoulder. Rise, Sweetieville.
I'd just like to say that for some reason, when reading this earlier, I was imagining Luna's voice as that one from Friendship is Witchcraft. What is that, a Russian voice, I think?
Oh, I have no idea. I tried to do that accent, and I always, end up being a German somehow. Like, oh, the boundless party.
Canta's Ode of the Soul. A more stirring rendition I have not heard in ages. No, I think that's kind of Scottish.
A more stirring rendition I've not heard in ages.
Little one.
Little one. Little baby man.
Indeed. Ugh, I don't think I can do it.
Canta's Ode of the Soul.
I don't know why. In fact, maybe I should try to improve on that and actually do Luna as that from now on.
That would be hilarious.
Canta's Ode of the Soul. It's... I think I'll have to go back and listen to it over and over again to get it down. I'm the princess of the night. That's all I can remember of the song.
So of course they run in fried.
Oh, yes, yes. I listened to that new song from the new one on loop for several minutes, actually. Like, I think 20. Because someone...
Oh, it's so amazing.
It's all the same person, right? Who does all the voices?
No, there's several people. The guy, oh man, now I forget his name, but the guy, he does like Rainbow Dash and flipping Applejack and...
Is your sister Applejack? I had no idea that a guy actually did some of the girl voices. That's surprising.
Yeah, he does like a whole bunch. He's got a whole list under him. And then there's a bunch of other people.
Hot damn. Well, I like Pinky's voice, I'll say that.
It's perfect.
I mean, it doesn't sound like Pinky, but it's still a very, very good voice.
Well, it sounds like how I would imagine Pinky. Sometimes. Like, it makes sense.
Yes, Pinky would be a gypsy.
Uh-oh. Explosions outside. It must be the 4th of July.
You don't say! Oh hey, by the way, Happy Independence Day.
Law.
I totally just made a rhyme. I'm so proud of myself.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. Sometimes I can't help myself.
Yes, no alterations to this one. They can just listen to us ramble about nothing. Whoops, accidentally muted you.
For how long? What?
Actually, I wonder if you're still record if I mute. Probably still, yeah. I muted my sound on my computer, that's what I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on.
By the way, when do you want me to take over? I'm just listening to you read. I mean, it's nice not having to do anything and still have a video.
Yeah, I'll just do all of your work and mine.
Yes.
And everyone else's. All part of my master plan. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent. Yes.
Quite.
Yes. Quite, sir. Gentlemen. Oh. Anyway, we should probably get this show back on the road. Oh, the great and powerful Trixie. Start up there again.
Yes.
Canta's Ode of the Soul, Luna said breathlessly. A more stirring rendition I have not heard in ages, little one. Indeed, that song has not been heard in these walls for several centuries. Did you know? Canta wrote that song for me. Luna stepped forward, placing a hoof on her shoulder. Rise, Sweetie Belle. Sweetie looked up, her breath catching in her throat. You know my name, Princess? Luna gave her a secretive smile. But of course, Sweetie Belle. Verity speaks very highly of you, but her description of your talent for song was grossly inaccurate. Sweetie's heart sank, her ears drooping. She could imagine the smug look on True Tone's face. You are far better than she led me to believe. I would like to take you on as my personal ward, Sweetie Belle. That is, if you would accept. Luna was giving her the choice, but it felt more like she didn't have one. Choice or not, Sweetie Belle jumped at the chance. Of course, Princess. I would be honored. Of course, news of this leaked out. Oh, whoa, wait. Wow, I used of course a lot right there. Dang it.
Totally didn't notice. Then again, I think I'm on my own little world right now.
Of course, news of this leaked out to her other classmates, which she suspected was the work of Grace and her friend. Suddenly, it was as if she were some kind of celebrity. It was one of the reasons why she chose to stay in her dorm. She could actually think and practice there without some pony interrupting her with questions about the princess. She didn't run around broadcasting her privilege to study with Luna. In fact, she had a hard time talking about it with any pony who asked her. The lessons with Luna were special. They weren't something to just blather about casually. Celestia had even joined them on occasion. Hearing the princesses sing was one of the most magical things she had ever had the treat to experience. Celestia always sounded like she sang when she spoke, but to hear a melody from her was indescribable. It was like a mother's lullaby, beautiful in its own right, but powerful as the sun was bright. She could almost feel the vast expanse of time embracing her when she heard Celestia sing. But Luna... there were no words. She had tried many times to write down how she felt when Luna truly began to sing. She always ended up crumpling the paper in frustration. Luna's voice simply was not of this world. An idea came to her, so she quickly flipped to a fresh page of her notebook. Last week, she sang a duet with Luna. It was an ancient song. Luna taught her the words, but Sweetie had no idea what they said. She began to write. Princess took me to the balcony of the north wing. It was nearing midnight, if I remember correctly. Shinespire rose behind us, and the moonlight bathed everything in a pleasant glow. I remember seeing Luna look at the sky and then out to the west with a sad shadow haunting her eyes. But she never spoke of what it was she looked at. She sat at the railing and beckoned me closer, acting as if nothing were amiss. "Sweetie, though," I remember her whispering. "Have you ever wondered at what the voice can do?" It was a strange question. Usually she would ask me about the song we were to sing, or she would give additional instruction on how to manage breathing to preserve my tone, or something like that. It caught me off guard. She sounded different, like something bothered her. But I did my best to push that out of my mind. I have. When I sang Canta's Ode of the Soul, I thought I saw ley lines bending around me, but I didn't summon them. Have you ever heard of something like that, Princess? She smiled at me. It was a sad smile. She'd been melancholy of late. "That is a rare gift, Sweetie Belle. I did see ley lines bending around your will." "Okay. Around? Where did that come from? I invented a word."
I think I may have actually added that myself.
Huh.
I'm seeing things.
These darn newfangled computer screens. Alright. She smiled at me. It was a sad smile. She had been melancholy of late. "That is a rare gift, Sweetie Belle. I did see ley lines bending to your will. You sang with all the power of your heart, and harmony responded to you. This may be the last lesson I will be able to give you for a time, Sweetie Belle. If there's anything I want you to learn, and to teach others, it is that the voice is more powerful than most magics. The voice can heal and uplift, but it can also harm and destroy. Remember and ponder the power of the voice, little one. Come, let us sing." Her quill stopped and hovered over the last word. She was lost in her thoughts, remembering that magical night. She did not believe her eyes or her ears when they began to sing their duet. There I go again. Her quill stopped and hovered over the last word. She was lost in her thoughts, remembering that magical night. She did not believe her eyes or ears when they began their duet. The stars twinkled in time to the cadence of their ancient words. The wind seemed to hum accompaniment. The stone of the mountain and the light of the moon vibrated around her. Luna's voice seemed to reach into her soul and draw out any unease or fear, doubt or pain. She did not worry over the opinions of others. She wasn't afraid of failure. For the space of that song, she was at peace. She still wondered how she was able to sing with Luna, but sing she did. It was the hardest she had ever sung. It was more heartfelt and deep than even Canta's Ode. And no matter she didn't know what the words even said. You can take over here.
Oh yes, a clear soprano, because I can definitely do that. Sweetie Belle, are you here? Oh, that's horrible. I'm still gonna go with it. Yeah. Sweetie Belle, are you here? A clear soprano called from the entrance of her dorm. Let's see, Sweetie Belle, I probably can't do that. Oh, that was such a sweet story. Yes. I'm the breakfast corner, Grace. She called back. She quickly flipped her notebook closed just as Grace Note rounded the bend. Grace Note was a diminutive unicorn, and therefore often teased for her size. Her lustrous forest-green coat was usually what every pony noticed first, followed closely by her dark red, almost maroon mane and tail. Her cutie mark, the triad notes of a D minor chord, sparkled like ruby against her coat. Sweetie smiled at her friend. Though a poor substitute for Apple Bloom and Scootaloo, Grace tried her best to make Sweetie Belle's life a little less dull. The two became fast friends in the first week of school last semester. They had quite a bit in common. They were studying vocal music, and they were odd, and, according to every pony else, they weren't supposed to be there. Grace was a lot older than she looked. In fact, she had missed the age cutoff by only a week. What was the voice again? Hey, sweetie! I think you're being antisocial again. What's the occasion? No, this is horrible. I think I should stop.
This sounds like a school teacher.
Yes. I think I'll stop that. No, it's horrible. I should just do what you do and just read it all the same.
Yeah, all the same.
It's just so tempting. I don't know why, but it is.
I can hear their voices in my head. I'm crazy like that. I keep saying this. I'm crazy, and it's true. But I hear them talking in my head, and I know like inflections and everything, but I can't really communicate that. You know,
just
it's hard.
Let it flow through your vocal cords. Let it out. Give me your best, Grace.
Oh. It just sounds like me. Hey, sweetie. I see you're being antisocial again. What's the occasion? See, yeah. That just sounds like me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yes.
Yes. Huh. I wish there were more men. Maybe I'd be better at this.
Oh, there's plenty.
I know. But not in this chapter. There's, what, 4? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, in this one. Including myself.
Yes. You are gonna voice yourself, right? Or you can leave that to me.
Oh, sure, I'll voice myself.
I don't think I could duplicate your voice, so... where was I? Oh, yes. Hey, sweetie, I see you're being antisocial again. What's the occasion? Grace trotted up to the table and set down a basket draped over with a blue kerchief. Kerchief. I don't know why, but I just hate that word.
It is a weird word. But I originally wrote handkerchief, and I was like, hand. No. And deleted it, and then just left it.
I'd much prefer hoofkerchief.
Yeah. That would have been cheesy, though. There's certain lines that I even have for myself.
I don't know. I think most of the words are cheesy, so you should have gone with it anyway. Anywho, yeah, kerchief. The aroma of freshly baked bread wafted from it, suddenly reminding Sweetie that she had somehow skipped breakfast. She had to swallow and avert her eyes from the mysteriously alluring basket. Oh, no occasion. I just needed some time to think. Her stomach growled like a starved dog. Should that be a starved dog?
Probably. Last dog.
Yes, I'm here to point out all your imperfections.
That's okay. I try to find them anyway.
If you were reading, I probably wouldn't have noticed, because I'm absent-minded when you're reading.
I follow along very closely, and I make note of every time you invent a word, and I think to myself, now was that his fault or mine?
It's usually my fault. In fact, I usually catch myself, but then I think, you know what? I think it sounds better that way, so... I mean, at first I'm like, wait, why'd I do that? It sounds better. Anyway, moving on. Wait, where was I?
Had to swallow, I believe.
No. Her stomach growled like a starved dog, remember?
Oh yeah, that...
I said there should be a... I asked if there should be an A there.
Read it like it is. Her stomach growled like starved dog.
I don't...
Sweetie hungry.
Her stomach growled like a starved dog.
Still put it in.
I still didn't grab. Her stomach growled like starved dog. I can't even do a monotone. It makes me laugh. Yes. Grace rolled her eyes and enveloped the basket in a cloud of cerulean magic and pushed the basket towards her. Skip breakfast again, I see, and they tell me I'm the one not right in the head. Yes, I'm having trouble for some reason. She used a tinkling laugh. I'm not sure what kind of laugh that would be.
Oh, it's like a
Oh, okay. Sweetie scrunched up her nose and stuck her tongue out at her friend, even as she fished out a piece of the still warm bread. I've had a lot on my mind lately, she said more defensively than she wanted to. Oh, Grace tried, and failed, to make it sound like she wasn't that interested. She could have played dumb and made Grace work for the information, but she did bring her brunch. I've been thinking about the princess, and how sad she's been lately. I wonder if it has something to do with that crazy storm yesterday. Sweetie frowned at the piece of bread floating in front of her. That storm was one of the most terrifying things she had ever seen. No wonder the city was in all sorts of upheaval. As far as her history classes were concerned, the Pegasi had never lost control of the weather before. Hold on a second. I'm getting thirsty and I need to pour myself some water. I don't know if you actually heard that before, but I was pouring some water and it was much louder than I was anticipating. Where was I? Let's see. Yes, this. I see it now. Well, Grace sat across from her at the table. Have you seen this new proclamation? I think I have a copy here. She rummaged in her saddlebag. Do you have a lesson with her today? She finally upended her saddlebag over the table and sifted through the debris. Sweetie took a bite out of the bread, a contented sigh leaving her at the light, slightly buttery taste. No, she finally said around another bite of bread. I'm a little worried about her, actually. I mean, she isn't the most jovial of ponies I've ever met, but at least a few weeks ago she would laugh every once in a while. Well, it's not my place to worry about a princess, though, is it? Aha! Here it is! Grace pulled out a thick scroll from the pile of seemingly random items. She undid the tie and let it flop to the table. It's a pretty big one. Celestia says that the storm was caused by some crazy resurgence of chaos left over from Discord, of all things. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she's pulling out my Sweetie paused in picking out another slice of bread. Grace sat stock still. Her mouth opened slightly, eyes unfocused. She had gone off again. Sweetie kept one eye on her temporarily. I don't know why I felt like I said that wrong.
Temporarily displaced friend.
Sweetie kept one eye open on her temporarily displaced friend as she slid the thick sheaf of paper close to herself. Poor Grace Note. She really was a great pony and a wonderful friend, even if she wasn't quite right in the head. Grace suffered from a I tried to combine rare malady for some reason.
Morality.
More time.
Morality. Mare jokes.
You can totally put that in the next chapter with every pun. Yeah. More puns everywhere.
Puns everywhere.
Bronies and their puns.
You know who else makes a lot of puns?
Who?
The news. Oh my goodness. They were going all over like the fireworks, using every single pun that involved fireworks that you could even think of. I wanted to kill them. Like literally throttle them.
My bronies. My bronies just love puns. Like, a local group, you know, they love their puns. On the forums, they always post puns. And the admin actually hates it, and he threatens them with ban hammers every day.
That's the way it should be done.
Of course.
Distasteful puns, ban hammer.
Oh my.
If you want, I can take over.
Yes! Do my job. I love it.
And then I'm gonna have to go soon.
Alright.
Or actually, I may have to go right now. Hold on.
Alright. Mm-hmm.
What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Dang it.
Yep.
Well, I have to get up at the butt crack of dawn tomorrow.
Well, sweet dreams.
When would you be able to do this again?
Oh, I'm pretty much free for the next 4 days. Yeah, 4 days.
Oh, well, that's quite advantageous.
I mean, I'll be doing some schoolwork at home, but, I mean, I can make room. Because I'll probably be procrastinating most of the time.
Well, we managed to burn through 40 minutes of story, and then banter, and then story, and then banter. And then laughing, and then banter, and then story.
Yes, yes. I'd say that was very productive of us.
Well, I will talk to you later then.
Yep, see ya some other time.
Good night.
Good night.
Not a soul. I was like, crack. But yeah. I come back home. I'm like, I should write something. So I went and turned on my computer. And I had this strange sense that I was about to go into orbit. Because I turn on so many things. I sit down. I got my subwoofer that has its own power supply. So it's got its own button. And then my amp. And then both of my monitors. And then finally my computer. And then when my computer turns on, I have lights behind my monitors. And those come on and they start cycling through the colors. And I'm like, ooh. 3, 2, 1, blast off.
Yes.
I just felt the need to share that.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Oh, hard drive, where do you go?
So I'm going to try and practice my Luna before we begin reading. I don't think it's very good yet, but I don't know.
It's like some kind of weird.
I'm the princess of the night, so of course they run in fright. It's not quite as high as she is because I am not a woman.
This should be my excuse for everything. I'm not a woman. Why didn't you clean your room? I'm not a woman.
I think it...
Do with anything. Everything.
I believe I may have tried that once and I don't think it went well.
Oh yeah. I was also watching Random Pony. I had my media player set to random and I was like, random video, go! So it played Hearts and Who's Day.
Yes! I love Hearts and Hooves Day.
It's a great episode. Well, anyway, Sweetie Belle's voice cracked and I just about had a heart attack.
I want to hear this. Why have I not noticed?
You haven't heard?
I did not.
Her voice cracks in like every episode she's in. It's adorable.
Oh wait, I thought you meant like the actual song.
Oh, no. When she's singing, she's perfect. When she's talking, she's adorable.
Well, they're not the same person, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. But it's the same pony. That's all that counts.
Michelle Creeber's amazing. Well, has an amazing singing voice.
You know who else has an amazing singing voice?
I'd say most of the cast, but who?
Ashley Ball.
Yes.
Holy cow. After, when I wrote Laichonious and his quest for Nutella, I listened to that song, Find a Pet song, like 20 times. Really good voice.
Oh yeah, I agree. I've yet to listen to Hey Ocean. I know I should, probably.
Is that the band she's in?
Yeah, that's what that is.
We should start the next section with a lot of noise.
Yeah. I'll just turn on some music. I'll use my subwoofer so you can hear the bass.
It's not good enough to hear it. Must feel it. That's my philosophy anyway.
When it comes to music, I believe so. Let's see. So I was actually thinking, I forgot to tell you this last night, but I was actually thinking of giving Radiant Star a sister, only because I thought of the name Radiant Dawn, and I love Fire Emblem. I thought Radiant Star and Radiant Dawn, it's kind of funny. I don't know if you've played Fire Emblem, but it is a personal favorite of mine.
Fire Emblem, I've heard of it. I think I played it briefly.
Yes, there was one called Radiant Dawn. It may even be where I first came up with Radiant Star. I first came up with Shining Star, but then I saw someone already had that name for one of their OCs. And my crap, what's like Shining? Radiant.
What's like Shining?
What was I doing? I forgot. Opened a new tab for something.
Perhaps to go to the story? Maybe?
I don't remember. I don't remember. Still need to talk like Luna. I'll just take over Luna's lines from now on. Try my best to talk like her. I thought I would try to do like different voices from different fan videos. Like try to be Stoner Spike from the .mov series. And yes, Fluttershy. Don't tease me, guys, I'm shy. That's not quite it.
Hey. You're in my shed.
Hey. Steve, what did I tell you about my shed? That was better than before. Hey, Fluttershy, you wanna... No, I don't think I can do Rainbow Dash. You stupid cunt. What am I listening to?
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, never mind. I got a message from that guy. What the what? Yeah, my read later list has become very large. I'll probably never get to read all of them.
I only have 29 that I need to read later.
Oh, I thought I was bad.
I see a story and I'm like, I should read that. Read it later. Let's see. A Klopfic by Spike. Yes, I forgot to read that. I don't even remember what some of these are. 2 Cups of Tea by Absolute Anonymous.
Scratch page. Get rid of that. Clean up my desktop. Oh, look, Rarity. Oh.
My desktop features the great and powerful Trixie.
Mine does on occasion. Yay, Fluttershy. Okay, next. On to things. So you're gonna just splice this into one video, or are you gonna...
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. It won't be seamless. But
obviously.
they'll have to deal with it. We could try to make it seamless. But I don't see much point.
We're ourselves quite a bit.
I actually did edit, like, just cut out the useless crap we did last night. I'm gonna have two versions. I'll have one with everything we've said, and then just one with the reading. But I'm releasing the one with everything first. They'll have to wait for just the reading.
Hey guys, here's a bunch of useless crap. Oh yeah, and a story too.
Enjoy. La 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 la.
Head dance. Oh, troll forever.
Oh crap! I was making a pony and then accidentally hit refresh. Ugh.
Fingers.
So yes, so far we have 10 minutes and 28 seconds of nothing.
I have 34 right now. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Yay!
Well, I hit record a little later.
Oh, I guess you did.
It didn't cross my mind as soon as I answered. In fact, did I even answer? Does this answer automatically? I think it does.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I don't even get the answer. What if I don't want to talk to you? What then?
Forever alone.
I kid. Unless I'm busy, I'll always talk to you, Laichonious.
What is this? I'm discovering things. What is this? Okay, no thanks. Never mind. Close enough.
I don't understand why, but when editing the audio, your audio is just completely dwarfed by mine. It's just like, I don't know. It sounds fine when I'm talking to you, but when I took it into Audacity, it was just so quiet.
It's probably because... Oh, no, my microphone's all the way up. What do I got this set to? Yeah, all the way up. That's my boost. My boost is at plus 20 decibels.
It sounds fine now. It sounded fine last night, but I brought it in Audacity. Now, like, it was so muffled. I just don't understand. It must be Audacity's fault.
Yeah, it might be. Are you recording it?
Yes.
Audacity?
Not from Audacity. I have another program for that.
Call from City, Credit, and KT.
I don't care about your city.
Yeah, I got everything all the way up. What do I have my samples set to? It might be because mine's on a different sample rate.
I don't believe I can change the sample rate on my microphone. I think that's what I read in the manual.
Hello, give me sample rate. Stupid thing. Advanced setting. That's not advanced settings. That is a pair of radios. Stupid thing. Default format. There we go. I could set it to 96,000 hertz. 16-bit.
What is mine stuck at? 44 megahertz? Some sort of hertz?
It all hurts. Because mine right now is at DVD quality. It's 48,000. 48K. 16 bits. Mine goes all the way up to 24 bits. Whoa! 192,000 hertz.
Let's see.
That's interesting.
The digital output is set at 44.1 kilohertz. And that's CD quality. Yeah. That's what my manual says. Did I really need to bring that out? Probably not, but...
Let's try that. Whoa.
Okay?
Whoa. That is cool. Man, I discovered things about my equipment that I don't even know.
I think it might actually sound better. I don't know, though. I'll find out when I play it back.
Well, it already sounds better on mine, because I have my microphone is analog, but my amplifier and everything else is optical, so it's higher quality to begin with. And just bumping it up one more step to studio quality. Wow.
Sweet.
And more of that random metallic, everyone's talking at a can with a string thing going on.
Only the viewers who watch the whole video understand why your voice sounds better in the middle of the reading. The ones who just listen to the reading will be like, why is he so much better all of a sudden?
Because I forgot to, cast some spells. I'm a wizard. Shh.
What is it?
That's what I like to believe anyway.
A wizard of words? That's what you are.
I don't know about words, but I'd say Wizard of Worlds. That's what I do best.
Hee
Pull an entire universe out of my head in one morning, and then not do anything with it for a month.
It's just how you roll.
Like a boss.
Hmm.
Now that it looks like we have sound all sorted out.
Should we actually do something productive?
What is this productive you speak of?
I don't know. I keep hearing that word. I'm not sure I know what it means.
I know of other P words, like procrastinate and Pinkie Pie.
Party.
Yes, party. Quite.
Indeed. Indubitably.
Indubitably. So should we backtrack at all? Because I have mine bookmarked exactly where we left off. And by bookmarked, I mean I never closed it.
Oh, I already found it, actually. 'Cause I remember, yes, Grace suffered from a rare malady.
Yes. And I said I was going to take over. Oh, now that I fixed everything.
You still wish to take over?
Might as well.
Alright, but I still call Luna. Oh, I might have to listen to the video again. Actually, does Luna have any more lines in this chapter?
Nope.
Oh, how disappointing. I practiced for nothing. Oh, maybe Celestia will talk like this now.
Oh, the mental image is amazing.
Or Twilight as well. Actually, every female will talk like Luna from now on. Oh, that will keep things interesting, I'm sure.
And all the bronies are like, you? She rules you? What?
Luna has taken over my body.
I should probably have water or something.
I usually do, but I drank it all. In fact, I think I will go get myself some.
I shall go get some. Huh.
Haha! Ach, wunderbar. Are you there yet? 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 I'm getting tired of saying, are you there yet?
What was that?
Oh, okay, you're there now. Good.
I like how I organized my desk in this time.
Dude. I'm gonna talk like, Spike. I don't think I can, actually. I'm not...
Oh, far out, dude.
Oh, dude. You are one crazy... you're one crazy writer. You're one crazy dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twilight Sparkle.
What now?
Oh, nothing.
Who, how? Oh, yay, Luna background. Woo!
I have not had a good Luna background in some time. Yes.
Well, shall we get started?
Yes, after 21 minutes and 36 seconds, we shall finally get started.
Yeah. Alright. Should I step back one paragraph or just go?
Let's see. Why not? You can start with Sweetie paused.
Sweetie paused in picking out another slice of bread. Grace sat stock still, her mouth slightly open, eyes unfocused. She had gone off again. Sweetie kept one eye on her temporarily displaced friend as she slid the thick sheet of paper close to herself. Poor Grace note. She really was a great pony and a wonderful friend, even if she wasn't quite right in the head. Grace suffered from a rare malady called Redhorn when she was a filly. It was a birth defect from which the ridge of her horn became crooked. This caused a blockage to the magic flowing along it. I'll just do that again. So I lost my line there too. I almost skipped one. Curse you, dyslexia.
Yes, if you want to know, you actually did switch 2 words around in that first paragraph.
I did. Oh.
I'm more alert this time. Yes.
I must be less alert because I woke up so early this morning. Goodness gracious.
I woke up at 5 as well, but I said I do not want to be up this early. So I took some drugs and went back to sleep. And I'm surprisingly not drowsy. I don't know. Oh crap. Lost the place. Where is it? I accidentally hit my scroll wheel. Where is it? Oh, no. There it is.
Alright.
You can continue.
Round 2. Fight. Grace suffered from a rare malady called Redhorn when she was a filly. It was a birth defect from which the ridge of her horn became crooked. This caused a blockage to the magic flowing along it. Unicorns are very susceptible to ambient magic. Around the time of their yearling mark, most begin gathering such magic to their horns. Grace was just like other unicorns that way, but she could never release that magic. It built up, bit by bit, until the pressure of it started to hurt her. In the final stage of the degeneration of the malady... Oh, wow. Did I add a word? I did.
You did? Wow, maybe I'm not as alert as I thought it was.
I'll do that again. The final stage in the degeneration of the malady is where it got its name. The build-up of magical energy caused the horn to glow a dull reddish color, and once that happened, the foal might have less than a week to live. The doctors recognized the symptoms just in time. Her life was saved by a new machina that was designed to fix the ridging of a horn, usually for some pony who had been in a serious accident.
I was actually wondering if that was supposed to be machina. I've never seen it spelled that way.
You could argue that it's machina or machina.
Machina.
It could be machina, but I like machina.
I mean, I've never heard it pronounced machina. I'm just saying I've only seen machina spelled M-A-C-H-I-N-A.
Maybe you should figure out how to open the door. That's my little sister.
She sounds awesome.
What? I'm doing this stuff. I'm doing a reading. Because it's fun. Can you go away? No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
If you're gonna play a game, you're gonna do it very quietly. Yay, interruptions.
Oh, I forgot to tell you to tell her that the internet says hi.
Oh, hey, Leah. The internet says hi.
I am the internet.
Say it again.
I am the internet. I can't hear her. She's pretty muffled.
Don't even turn on the amplifier. Don't even turn it on.
I'd like to hear the shooting sound.
But you don't need to hear the shooting sounds or the people dying. You're gonna have to listen to me ramble. Yeah, well, this is different. Alright, what was I? We were talking about Machina, weren't we?
Yeah, we were. It was like, yeah. I kind of lost my place. Oh, there it is. Machina. Final Fantasy X.
Almost.
That's like the only place I've heard Machina. Maybe a couple other sources.
It's a popular word, actually.
I think it's Latin.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I spelled it with a K, therefore making it that much cooler.
Yes, if you change the spelling of a word, it automatically makes it much cooler.
Well, not automatically, but Ks usually do.
Thank you, Deus Ex. Yeah, thank you, Deus Ex Machina.
Meh. No. See. Here we go. There was a time, not long ago, that a foal born with red horn would not survive the malady. Grace was lucky, even if she didn't escape completely unscathed. Now she had to deal with these episodes. They never lasted longer than a minute or two, but it made Sweetie nervous every time it happened. The lasting effects of the malady were also what stunted her growth and made her magic somewhat unpredictable. She led a strange life, somewhere between being a unicorn and an earth pony. She studied her brave friend. It was such a shame that a talented and special pony like her had to deal with something like this. She glanced at her notebook, thinking of Luna's words. The voice can heal and uplift. What did she mean? Sweetie always found joy in music, and singing often made her feel better after a long, difficult day. But there was always a deeper meaning to what Luna said. The past year had taught her at least that much about the Dark Princess. She started to skim over the long proclamation, until something caught her eye. The refugees from the south, known as Bronies, have been accepted into the Fellowship of Equestria. Bronies? That's an odd name. She read further. Princess Luna, of the Night, is regent and sovereign to the Bronies from this time forth. All dealings with our new friends will be managed by Princess Luna through one Serial Velocity, appointed steward of the Bronies, mouthpiece, and envoy. Regent and sovereign? She thought hard, trying to remember her history classes thus far. As far as she knew, never has a group of ponies been singled out and ruled over by one princess. The Radiant Guard and the Nocturne Guard didn't count, of course. They were military organizations. Princess Luna must be very busy. Their journey was arduous and fraught with danger. We ask that our subjects be kind and of a helpful hoof to these our downtrodden friends. They have suffered much and have come to our fair land seeking safety. The document went on to talk about other Bronies. Strange names leapt out at her vision, such as the emissaries, Foe, and Sethisto. They were believed to come from a forgotten settlement from across the sea. How long they had lived there, or when their ancestors had left, was mysteriously left out. It all sounded strange to her, but stranger things had happened, especially with Discord. I broke it.
How could you? Combo breaker.
I gotta work it. Gotta work up my combo again. Okay, here we go. The document went on to talk about other bronies. Strange names leapt out at her vision, such as the emissaries Foe and Sethisto. They were believed to come from a forgotten settlement from across the sea. How long they had lived there, or when their ancestors left, was mysteriously left out. It all sounded strange to her, but stranger things had happened, especially when discord was involved. And of course the living elements were managing the acclimation of these new immigrants. Sweetie smiled at the thought of her sister, prancing about and making a fuss at all the new ponies. Probably flirting with as many stallions as she could. Her smile faded when she glanced back at her friend. Grace hadn't moved, her eyes now glossed over. Sweetie sighed. This was going to be one of Grace's more difficult days. Thinking back on Luna's lesson, she took a deep breath and began to sing a wordless tune. Lullaby of the Lily, one of Grace's favorite songs. Her ears perked up at the familiar sound, eyes sliding back into focus. By the time Sweetie got to the middle of the melody, Grace started to sing along with her, joining in for a few notes at a time. Sweetie's voice faltered in disbelief. Nothing could snap Grace out of one of her episodes, at least nothing she had tried before. As soon as the song faded, Grace began to stiffen again, eyes glazing and voice falling still. Sweetie Belle picked up the tune again, pouring more feeling into it. Grace started to sing with her once more. Sweetie pushed harder at the song, like she did when manipulating magic. She tried to conjure in her mind the image of pulling Grace back, of healing a wound and knitting it closed with care. Grace focused on Sweetie as the song came to a close. Whoa, what happened? Did I go away again? She put a hoof to her head, blinking at the room. Were you singing to me? I remember... She shuddered. I was someplace just a moment ago. She looked at the table, covered in the contents of her saddlebag, and blinked. Aha! There it is. She tapped the heavy sheaf of papers in front of Sweetie. It's a pretty big one. Celestia says that the storm was caused by some crazy resurgence of chaos left over from Discord, of all things. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she's pulling my leg. Sweetie nodded numbly to her friend. Yeah, there's always a reason behind what the princesses say.
I suppose I can take over now, with the new part.
New part.
Alright, so, let's see. Serial fought valiantly to keep his eyes open as he trotted alongside Twilight. The sun was bright overhead in a perfectly clear and serenely blue sky. He squinted at his surroundings under eyelids that seemed to be made of lead and sandpaper. The camp was a bustling mire of organized chaos. He and Twilight waded through throngs of ponies and weaved around ropes, tents, boxes, barrels, crates, and carts instead of
Oh, combo breaker.
Crap! But I would not start at the beginning of the paragraph. No, just the sentence. I was doing so well.
I was very proud of that sentence, you know.
Yes, it's pretty nice. He and Twilight waded through throngs of ponies and weaved around ropes, tents, boxes, barrels, crates, and carts in search of the proverbial needle in the haystack. The air was a tad muggy, something that Rainbow Dash had assured him would clear up as soon as the winds were fixed, whatever that meant. The streets of the camp had turned into something akin to potter's clay that was constantly trying to coat his legs and turn him into a sculpture. It made him stumble slightly as the mud sucked at his hooves. He shook his head to try and clear out the clouds that seemed to have crowded in there. I just can't do it today. He shook his head to try and clear out the clouds that seemed to have crowded in there after they had left the sky last night. Dead tired. That's what he was right then. Dead tired and for no good reason. That actually sounds like me yesterday.
That's me every day.
I'm usually pretty perky. Sort of. He didn't know if it was just the power of suggestion, or if he really felt it, but he could swear Princess Luna was looking over his shoulder somehow. Big sister's watching you, Serial.
I wouldn't mind if she watched me. That's not creepy at all, I swear.
Of course not. We are all servants to the Lunar Princess. His dreams were plagued with unpleasant scenes and dark visions. The few hours of sleep he managed to get the night before only seemed to make him feel more exhausted. He glanced at... Wow, why can't I do this today? He glanced at Twilight and was hit with an inexplicable wave of jealousy. How could she get the same amount of sleep and be so blasted happy and energetic in the morning? Because I do this all the time, Serial, Twilight informed him, throwing a smile over her shoulder. What? Serial tried to express his surprise over the rapidly increasing number of telepathic ponies, but instead found his head slathered in mud and his hooves dangling uselessly in the air. Twilight giggled. You know, you remind me a lot of my nephew. The familiar tingle of magic being used in close proximity danced over Serial's back. He thinks he can do everything the big stallions can. She lifted him up and out of the mud in a cloud of magenta telekinesis, setting him back down on his hooves on the grass. You would be surprised at how often his head ends up in the mud, too, especially when there isn't any mud close at hoof. Wait, bleh! Some of the mud lazily oozing over his face trickled into his mouth. He sat on the side of the street and wiped at his face with his hooves. Wait, did you say, bleh, that you have a nephew? He blinked at Twilight through one mud-free eye. She blinked at him. Is there some reason why I shouldn't? Serial slowed in his attempt to remove the rapidly hardening mud. No, it's just... never mind. Twilight chuckled, holding a hoof to her mouth. You bronies sure are strange. Here, let me help you out. A magenta aura gathered around her horn again. Serial could faintly pick out several ley lines coalescing into a ordinate pattern that tickled at the back of his mind. She pushed a few strands of the pattern to him, lightly touching his face. The flecks of dried mud and viscous dribbles slid from his coat as if he were made of Teflon. There we go, good as new. You'll get used to having magic soon enough. She gave him a friendly wink and turned to continue down the street. Oh, once again. Stupid mouse. Where was I? Let's see. Black.
Down a little further.
Chuckled, holding a muffle. Yes, there we go. Serial followed, still spitting some grainy bits of mud from his mouth. Twilight? Mm-hmm. When some pony... well, okay. When a unicorn works long enough with magic, do they develop some kind of telepathic power or something? Twilight turned a quizzical look to him. What makes you think that? Well, twice now I've had some ponies somehow answer my thoughts, and I was just wondering if it was more than just a coincidence. Twilight didn't even try to curb her mirth and outright laughed at Serial. No, Serial, we don't develop special powers of telepathy. Maybe you should try and not think out loud. Was that what he was doing? He was more tired than he thought. Who was the other pony that answered your thoughts? Twilight asked suddenly. Princess Celestia, actually. Oh, well then... Twilight cleared her throat and looked away. What's the matter? He narrowed his eyes. She is a telepath, isn't she? Twilight looked around furtively. They were leaving the more busy part of the camp, and she waited until they were out of earshot of the other ponies milling about.
Holy crap. I'll be right back, I guess.
Alright. That's good. That's better. There we go. Twilight looked around furtively. They were leaving the more busy part of the camp, but she waited until they were out of earshot of the other ponies milling about. Even then, she walked closer to him and lowered her voice. In a way, yes, but she cannot read your mind or mine. But any other ponies... I said but any other ponies, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Let's see. Even then, she walked closer to him and lowered her voice. In a way, yes, but she cannot read your mind, or mine, or any other ponies. She and Luna share a special connection, Or at least they did. The advent of Nightmare Moon changed a lot of things. Serial frowned. Is no pony supposed to know? I don't see how this is a problem. In fact, it makes me feel a bit better knowing. Twilight grimaced and tossed her head. It isn't exactly a secret, no, but not every pony knows. Probably only a few historians besides myself know how deeply connected the princesses are. Her voice took on a darker tone. That connection very nearly destroyed everything they had worked so hard for. It was the origin of the royal we, by the way. They spent so much time within each other's minds that they almost became the same pony. She paused and looked up at the sky. I have given it a lot of thought. If everything hadn't happened exactly as it did, I, and you, probably, would not be here. Even though Nightmare Moon was terrible, and both sisters suffered greatly, I can't help but be grateful for it all. Grateful? Cyril studied his hooves. He wasn't just looking out for more potholes to avoid. It was a strange concept, to be grateful for something so terrible. She did not see those events like he did. The magic of the vault had imprinted on his mind images of pain and carnage that he thought were behind him, left in a broken world full of indifferent souls. But it was all behind them, wasn't it? You understand, right? She ducked her head and looked into his eyes with an open expression. I guess, he deadpanned. Twilight pursed her lips as if she wanted to say more. She instead straightened and let the matter drop. So, are we close to our next reference? Oh, yeah, the Tasket Hoof. Cyril looked up and studied the tents around them. They spent the greater part of that morning looking for some pony who knew how to translate the runes. So far, they were able to find just one pony who called the letters runes. He didn't know how to read them, but he knew some pony that could. Leek sauce or lichen moss or something like that. Some of the names were weird, even the cereal. He glanced back at Twilight. I don't know, but he said he would know it when we saw it. They rounded a bend in a path and a strange tent came into view. It was larger than the others nearby, and looked like it had been purchased from an army surplus store, from the 40s. It was made of a faded olive-green canvas that had definitely seen better days. A few spots that were patched up with links of silver duct tape, a few looked fresh. Leaning against the side of the tent, were some pieces of carved wood. Cyril trotted up to them, turning his head to the side. Woven around several knots in the lumber were ribbons of those same angular letters that were on the walls of the vault and in the ancient tomb. They found the needle.
It's a tome, by the way.
Oh. Crap.
It's a tome.
Tone. I know they're completely different, but they're so close.
They look so close.
Very well, I will say that again. Let's see. Woven around the several knots in the same lumber were ribbons of those same angular letters that were on the walls of the vault and in the ancient tome. They found the needle. Muffled voices mumbled behind a thick canvas.
Oh, that's me.
Is it you? I don't know which pony it is.
Yeah, I'm the first voice. So, let's do that again.
Alright then. Muffled voices mumbled behind the thick canvas.
I'm telling you, it shouldn't work at all.
Yeah, but actually, who's the second voice, and how can I sound like them?
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard his voice.
Oh, okay. I should make it funny. Nah. Or maybe a higher pitched voice. Yeah, that's sort of higher. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, but you don't know if it works even a little. What did I just press? Okay, never mind. Again, I'll start again. Yeah, but you don't know if it works even a little. I don't see what all the fuss is about. Another voice answered.
Just watch.
The first voice said. There was a scraping noise of wood on wood, and then a deep breath. Sharp clacks like a bunch of dominoes hitting each other rattled behind the canvas. Cyril turned to look at Twilight, who shrugged. The the second voice mused. Well, that is interesting. So, it does this consistently?
Yup. 1 time out of 3, but only if I'm in the camp. It still boggles my mind that it works, even sporadically.
The first voice exclaimed. Have you tried the other method, drawing from a bag?
Yeah. I don't know how well that would work. Besides, I don't have anything specific in... Hey, did you move that one?
No, which one?
Suilo. I could have sworn it was face down a second ago. It's like Weird herself doesn't know what she wants.
What are you talking about?
Weird. Earth. Fate. Come on, I know you know this stuff.
The second voice chuckled. But that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I already forgot how you pronounce that. Was it Earth?
It could be Earth or Earth.
Earth.
Whichever you prefer.
I'll go with Earth. But that doesn't make any sense. I thought Earth was Norn from the past. Or, of the past. Crap. I thought I can't do it. I have no idea what's wrong with me today. I tried to combine Earth and Norn. Yes, that's what happened. Earn.
Ashes.
I thought Earth was Norn of the past. How does that play into fate? Isn't that Skold's domain? I guess that's Skold. Tell me.
Yeah, Skold.
Awesome.
Skold or Skold.
Skold. Anyway, back to you. I guess.
It's not so simple. The Norns are part of everything, past, present, and future, all the time. It's like that nagging difference between fate and destiny. Weird is the energy that drives fate, but it can be overcome. Wait a minute. Should I just read that? I should just read that.
Wait, read what?
Oh, it's everything that's in between.
Yeah.
Quotes. That would make more sense. Okay, let's do that again. It's not so simple. The Norns are part of everything, past, present, and future, all the time. It's like that nagging difference between fate and destiny. Weird is the energy that drives fate, but it can be overcome. Wait a minute. First voice, pause. Suilo. That's a guide or a mentor. So, unless there's some very important pony around here who suddenly made a decision...
I think you're reading into this a bit too much.
Nonsense. Reading a rune casting is difficult by definition. You have to consider all the possibilities before you can make a heads or tails of a situation. The runes are like little advisors. It doesn't do you any good to have a bunch of advisors if you only listen to one.
Right. Well, while you're consulting your little advisors, I'm gonna mess around with your hoverboard.
Hey, I'm still working on that. I don't think it's very
Serial blinked. Twilight was ducking under the tent flap. He quickly ducked under the flap as she let it fall from her telekinesis. He had to blink several times to get used to the darker interior of the space. When he could finally see everything, he just barely stopped a groan. Books. Books everywhere. How he had gotten so many here, Cyril had no idea. But it seemed all the Brony scholars had managed to smuggle vast collections with them. He had set up an archiving initiative, and it wasn't like they'd left Earth with nothing. Rule breakers. It isn't very what, like? Said a tan unicorn stallion with a dark brown tail and mane. His back was to them as he placed his front hooves on a polished plank of dark wood, impossibly floating in midair. Cyril recognized him as the owner of the second voice.
Ela está na minha porta.
The first voice whispered from a deep red unicorn with a black and gray mane that may have been purposely... Oh, wow. I forget how to pronounce that. Coiffed?
I've always heard it coiffed.
Coiffed? Hold on, I can find out.
But that makes no sense whatsoever how it's spelled.
Coiffed.
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 Coiffed. That does not sound right. Coiffed. Okay, actually, coiffed. Coiffed it is. The first voice whispered from a deep red unicorn with a black and gray mane that may have been purposely coiffed to look windswept, or it just happened to be that way. He sat behind a piece of wood, of which there were many in this tent, that was carved with circles and lines. Oddly, they looked to be measurements for various angles. On the carved wood was a scattering of polished, rectangular sticks. He was like a statue. Cyril could barely tell if the red unicorn was breathing as he stared wide-eyed at Twilight. "What are you blabbing about?" The tan unicorn turned from the floating board and froze.
Se ela me tocou, eu seria dela, e não a minha. Não, nunca mais. The red unicorn spouted some more. Oh, dang it. The red unicorn spouted more in some language that reminded Cyril of Spanish.
Oh, Cyril, I'm pretty sure I can tell the difference between Portuguese and Spanish. That was pretty, Twilight mused. But what do you mean... what? But what do you mean about not being your own? The red unicorn finally blinked.
You understood me?
Twilight turned her head and raised an eyebrow at him. You spoke plain as day. Why? He was speaking in tongues. That's why, Miss Sparkle. The tan unicorn ducked his head after getting their attention. I mean, he wasn't speaking English. Speaking what now? Twilight furrowed her brow. English. What we're talking right now? He cocked his head to the side, furrowing his brow. Twilight turned to Cyril. You understand what he said, right? Cyril shook his head. I can't say that I did. She turned back to the red unicorn. Say something else in the same language as before. He shakily got to his hooves.
Eu não sei o que dizer. Não é tão fácil como você pensa.
He sighed. Twilight turned to Cyril expectantly. He shifted his gaze between Twilight and the red unicorn. I didn't get a word of that. Interesting. Twilight pulled a scroll, quill, and inkwell from her saddlebags. For a few moments, the tent was silent, save for the scratching of Twilight's quill across the parchment. She looked up from her notes. I assume you are the specialist on these runes. She said the word slowly, as if testing it. Professor? She raised an eyebrow. I had to clear my throat. Hold on. Yes, that might be better, hopefully. Actually, I don't think it is. Oh well. She raised an eyebrow in the red unicorn's direction.
I'm, Laichonious.
He said. Lie what? Twilight asked in a disbelieving monotone.
Laichonious.
Laichonious?
Yeah, just like that.
He smiled sheepishly. Twilight shook her head slightly, then turned to the tan unicorn. And you are? Sort of his assistant. No, your name. Oh, Retsamore. Twilight looked at him. He rolled his eyes. Retsamore. Where do you get such strange names? Retsamore shrugged. A snort came from one of the tent's darker corners. Twilight and Cyril leaned forward to look around Retsamore at the sleeping blue pony with a vibrant, almost eye-wrenching, green and black mane. Who's that? Cyril asked. That's
Pittsburgh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was about to steal your line. You can start that again.
Oh, okay. That's Pittsburgh.
Like-
Laichonious answered. He put a hoof up to the side of his mouth. He's not a morning puppy, he said in a low voice.
Hey, you know it's like 2 in the afternoon, right? Retsamore gave the red unicorn a sidelong look. Laichonious only blinked at him. Well, it's nice to meet you all, Twilight said, putting away her writing utensils and extracting the copied pages from the tome they had found in the vault.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, Miss Sparkle. What can I do for you?
Laichonious stepped around the carved plank and small pieces of wood on top of it, obscuring it from view. He had a strange smile plastered on his face and was pointedly not looking in Cyril's direction. Cyril thought he knew why. His lips were pursed in thought. He had heard the name Laichonious before. He'd get it eventually, but right now his brain was too tired to think. "We have need of your skills, Laichonious," Twilight continued, sending the pages over to him. He clumsily assigned the levitation spell in his own red magic. His eyes widened to the size of saucers as he got a closer look at them. It seemed like his eyes were glued to the paper. He slowly raised one hoof and started groping at the low table next to him. Retsamore rolled his eyes and summoned a blue aura to his horn and floated the pair of square spectacles onto the other unicorn's face. Laichonious blinked at the glasses and then glanced at his hoof, floundering uselessly on the table.
"Oh, thanks, Ret."
He rubbed his chin with the hoof that once sought his glasses.
This is pretty amazing. Elder Futhark. Fairly early in its usage, if I'm not mistaken. Around the 2nd or 3rd century. AD.
He shuffled a few pages out and held them up side by side.
But this page here, this was written much later. Wait, what's this?
Oh.
Yeah, should I just read that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Should I start over? Where should I start? No, it's kind of exact.
You can just start it. He squinted.
I guess. He squinted at the page. After a moment of studying, he started shaking his head. No way. There is no way that can be right.
Twice took a few steps forward. What?
Dromer Dollar.
He breathed.
I breathed. Dromer Dollar.
He breathed. What? Twilight asked again.
Dream Valley. It exists?
He looked up at Twilight. Silence stole over the tent, for she, the unicorn who knew everything, didn't know this. And let's see.
Rainbow Dash. Dun dun dun!
Let's see. And I suppose I can read this as well. No more dialogue.
Oh, soliloquy. That's a big word.
Where is that? I'm trying to look for it. Oh well. Celestia's knees buckled, her breath ragged, as she shut the door to her private chambers. She felt the weight of over 1,000 years of secrets threatening to break her proud back. Why did she do this to herself? Why did she not trust Luna? Why? So many doubts she could not dispel. So many regrets she could not absolve. So many questions she could not answer. The great princess of the sun dragged hooves mired in sorrow to her bed. There was much she had forgotten during the long years of Luna's exile, but some memories were far too strong to be ground away in the turning of time. She had hoped that Luna, being under the taint of Nightmare Moon, would have forgotten them, and she was right. It had taken every scrap of skill and power she could muster to keep those memories from Luna in the vault. Her heart pounded still, remembering Luna's memories for her. Dry tears began to stream from her eyes as she prepared to retire for the night. Her golden crown and royal necklace clinked softly, coming to rest on the nightstand beside her bed. She did not deserve to rule. She was not like her sister, noble, kind, and honorable. She was the husk of the alicorn who ruled alongside Luna all those years ago. But Luna was pure, free from the bitterness of the evil spirit that had taken her. Celestia was a keeper of secrets now, a deceitful and masterful mare of manipulation and subterfuge. She was shackled in chains of her own making and bound by her own will. She did not like what she had become, but if it could save Luna any heartache, she was willing to bear it, even if it broke her heart. She laid her weary head on the pillow, cool and soft, the comforting glow of the moon and stardust streaming into her room. The long, lonely centuries never seemed so bad at night, when she could see the moon and bask in her sister's magic. Now that Luna was here, why did she choose to distance herself? Every day was a battle, constantly under siege from Luna's attempts to re-establish their psychic connection of eons past. She dared not let Luna back into her mind. She feared that she would not be able to hide her feelings, her secrets, her crimes. Well, at least he was kind enough to wait until I finished my sentence.
Jeez, that wasn't the one I was talking about earlier. That's our other dog. And she's only slightly psychotic, so...
Ah. Has she calmed down now?
I hope so.
Alright, well.
I always mute myself.
Where was I? Yes. How she wished she could cry, to let her anger and fear out. But the tears would not come. Whoops.
Aha.
Would, could, should, whatever. But the tears could not come. They would not come. And the dry pillar... pillar.
You also invented it.
Yes, she lays her head on pillars. But the tears could not come. They would not come. And the dry pillow under her face mocked her. Luna must never know. She must never find the truth. She did not know the depth of Nightmare Moon's atrocities, the horrors of her malice. And if Celestia had her way, she never would. Was it wrong to lie to her sister, to protect her? Was it so wrong to love some pony enough to silence those who would do them harm? No, it should not be wrong. She was protecting her sister as a good sister should. Why did she feel so heavy? Woohoo, we did it! That's it.
All the way through. Oh.
And let's see, 23 minutes this time. I want to say like 30 the time before, and then 40 last night. Yes.
Wow.
And then they had sex.
And then. That was a pretty hilarious conversation.
I laughed for a good 5 minutes when I read this yesterday.
It's too bad he didn't post my reaction, because I just spammed the Skype chat with laughter. That just about made me fall out of my chair.
I want to read it. Read it. I want to put it in the reading, yes. Whispered in a way that spoke to Twilight's soul, the unicorn, a deep red that made want. Made want? Yeah. Why does this make me laugh so much?
Because it's absurd. This is that one part right here. His immaculate teeth glowed, the light so blinding that cereal burst into flames and disintegrated. The ashes fluttering off in the wind. That part right there is doubly funny because Red's expressed his, shall we say, dislike of cereal velocity in real life. That's pretty funny.
Twilight took a step forward, her lips pursed, and then they had sex.
Better? Is that any better?
Yes, that was much better. Why didn't it end that way? Why?
Because I have more respect for my characters than most people.
You should do something like that anyway. Just as a joke. Just as a joke. Just like keep it up for one day and then maybe edit it the next.
Do the whole thing in rhyme.
If you could actually write the next chapter in rhyme, that would be pretty amazing.
That would be amazing. I would also probably go insane trying.
But it would all be worth it. Yes. What else must be said? I guess there's nothing else.
Oh, unless you have a question that burns.
Let's see. I believe I had a few questions. But what were they? I always forget important stuff.
Also, by the way, you know how you said you didn't want to do any female voices?
Yes.
I like how I made you do all of them.
I know. I know.
See? It's working.
You must have a stronger hold on me than I thought.
Soon. Yes. Soon.
Yes. Oh yes, the whole language thing. Explain that.
I guess since I've already kind of hinted at it, I could explain it, but I don't know if I really want to.
Exclusive to my viewers. It's perfect.
I guess. Well, the thing with the language is, in my crazy headcanon for this thing, the Equestria is a very stable world, and Equestria isn't even the name of the world. The name of the world is actually Sebia, but that's beside the point. It's a very stable world, and we're here on Earth. We have experienced sundering of languages. There's different languages everywhere, and it's part of what we have to deal with. And Equestria, Harmony will do everything in its power to aid in, well, keeping harmony. Aiding communication is one of those ways. But as I've demonstrated, you have to speak in a native tongue or a living language. Dead languages don't work, which is why none of the natives understood Latin when Twilight understood Portuguese. Because there is no one alive now who is born and grows up speaking Latin as we have it now.
Interesting. Yes. Anything else? I don't believe so. Oh yes. I think one of the comments... Oh, what's comment? I think there was a comment about, like, Luna overthrowing Celestia. Yes. I believe I read that, or did I make that up?
Oh, that one. I think I know which one you're talking about.
I read your comments. Just some of them.
Oh yeah, that one from Crush Nazag.
I can't find it, but I remember reading it.
It says, "Poor Tia." It's moments like these that almost make me feel bad for plotting to overthrow the Solar Empire. Almost.
He. I still can't find it, but maybe if I...
There are a bunch of theorizers. Yes. I'm not going to say anything about those theories.
Ah, there it is. I don't even bother... All hail the Dragonborn.
Oops. Speaking of which, I played some Skyrim today out of nostalgia.
I want to buy it again, because I did get rid of it. Buy it again just for the expansion, Dawn God.
Oh, it's funny. I had forgotten how far I was, and I apparently already had the Elder Scroll. I was sitting there like, oh, I thought I still had to do this. Oh well. I look at my character, he's like level 42. I was like, okay, I guess I spent more time on this than I thought. So I went and fought Alduin and I lost. So I got bored. And went back to Pony.
Maybe I should have mentioned in my other video, like, ask my viewers what they wanted to ask you. That probably would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
I should have go
I
back.
wouldn't have answered a lot of them, actually.
Damn it. There would probably only be, like, maybe 4 different people who'd actually ask questions. But still.
I like some of these comments. They make me laugh.
I like the one about Sweetie Belle being Dovahkiin. That's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
I very, very nearly regret bringing the Elder Scrolls into this.
And maybe you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
What's done is done.
Yeah. Retcon is out of the question. There will be none of that. So.
Stop it. There we go. I wonder if the viewers like us just talking about nothing now.
Yes. There should be like 5 minutes of silence after the video, and they're all waiting. Are they gonna say something else? What's going on? It's like that. It's like that little thing that they throw at the end of the video, the end of movies now.
Yeah.
The Avengers.
I wait.
The entirety of the credits just to watch them sit in the restaurant.
I wish I did that, but I didn't, because I didn't know there would be anything after the first secret.
Yes. The first secret.
The first secret. What's his name?
Oh, there was a second secret. Oh.
Yeah, I had to hear about that from someone else. Because he actually did stay until the credits just to see him sit down in a restaurant and eat. And Robert Downey Jr. is like, hey, this is pretty good. Or was it Thor? Yeah, it was Thor. He's like, hey, this is pretty good. Like, the look on his face said that.
Yeah. What's funny is that the guy who plays Captain America sitting at the table all weird, and he had his hand up, like over his mouth.
Yeah.
And the reason why he was like that, funny story, is he already started shooting the next movie that he's going to be in. And in that movie, he needs to have a beard. So he already had his beard, and he was just covering it up. You know?
That's awesome.
It's like that scene was an afterthought. It's like, hey, let's record this. I have a beard and I can't shave it. Just put your hand up. Yay, no.
Movies.
That was a good movie.
I have an idea. Let's sing a song.
I would, but I can't.
We can sing the Nutella song, and you can be yourself, and I can be Pinky. Because my Pinky voice is so awesome.
And my voice is so terrible.
Well, likey, my friend. I'm horrible with coming up with lyrics on the spot.
Oh, so am I. What's confusing about this? That's the thing. That's what I don't understand. All the comments of confusion, but I guess.
Let me read the comment of confusion. Who is it?
Oh, there's a couple of them.
I'll admit, like, usually when I read it first, usually because I don't think I'm actually absorbing the words when I read it the first time. I don't exactly know what's going on, but after I, like, listen to myself, when I'm editing the audio, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, I guess, well, when it goes about a week or two, almost 2 weeks between chapters, I know everybody has, like, really short attention spans, one-track minds. Everybody's all ADD, internet all the time. And it only makes sense to me because, well, I'm the one doing it.
I've honestly kind of forgotten what's happened in probably the first 4 chapters. It's been so long since I've actually read them. Okay, chapter 1, they go to Equestria. That's it. I remember there being a Scottish pony because I did a Scottish accent. You're doing it wrong!
Yep.
I can remember.
One in there.
I
haven't treated that at all. Makes sense.
Let's say chapter 2, they find the main 6 and they're like, take us to your leaders. Yeah, I think that sums up chapter 2. Or was there more that happened?
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah, those were really short chapters, like one thing happened each time.
And then 3, I had completely forgotten what has happened. And 4, yeah, I can't remember what happened in 4. Well, the 4 was the 3 chapters. The 3 chapters in 1.
Yes, that was 4. The longest chapter ever, if it were actually a chapter.
I think I must be the only person, well, you and me both are actually, like, count this latest one as 7. Everyone else is going by, what, 10?
Yeah. I call it 7-10.
That's what I'm starting to do, like on the videos, in the title. I think I'm pretty sure it confused my viewers.
Really? I really like my... Oh, the word counts. They're so funny. Start out with 2,000, 3,000, 3,000, and 4,000 and 3,000. Started breaking them up, and then 1,000 for the interlude. And then 4,000, 6,000, 9,000, 6,000. Yes, Pinkie Pie was over 9,000. You heard it from me.
Oh, it would have been so much better if it was 9,001. Should have tried your best on that one just to get it 9,001. Freaking. I don't know.
I got this one, 6,000.
I'm
looking at my list. It's got 0, 0, and then 1,515.
Quite.
Because that one day I decided, I'm going to go right the end of chapter 10 for fun.
Yay!
Skip 4 chapters. 3 chapters.
I'm not sure if I would do it that way. Of course, I'm not much of a writer, so...
I think it helps to write the end of the story when you go right at the beginning. See, with this one, it just kind of happened. And I have a couple endings in mind already, but I don't know which one I'm going to do.
And then they had sex?
Huh?
That's it, and then they had sex? Is that how it's going to end?
Besides that one. Where they all hugged.
Ugh.
Much hugs were had.
Close enough.
Our balloons will block out the sun, and we shall hug in the shade.
And then Luna overthrew Celestia. No, wait, they became one pony again. That's what's going to happen, isn't it?
They became Celunia.
Celunia. Maybe there's a... I don't know. I was going to say like something like Twilight, but there's Twilight Sparkle. So that wouldn't work. Dang it, it's Twilight.
And then they became one, and they were called Eclipsor.
Eclipsor, yeah. That's what happens when you combine the moon and the sun.
You get Eclipsors.
Eclipsosaurus Rex.
that, actually. Ooh.
I quite like our just ramblings of nothing. I mean, it's mostly about your story, but I feel like maybe most people wouldn't care.
Yeah, I mean, I could go at length into the government of Equestria, actually, because I figured all that out. I have... oh, I don't know how many words it is now. It's definitely in the tens of thousands of just facts about everything. Everything that you could possibly think of. Actually, let's look at how many words it is. I'm curious. Let's go here. Oh, no, it's not stupid mouse. There we go. Oh, you scroll so slow. Come on. Scroll. It's gonna take 30 minutes at this rate. Go. Like, for example, did you know that Equestria is a matriarchal society?
I had no idea.
Well, that's what it is.
I'm so surprised.
I know, it's crazy. It's like... yeah.
Whoa.
Go. Oh yeah. And their language. I have their language figured out. I don't know what it sounds like, but I know how it works.
Combine two languages. Two languages that are nothing alike. How about Japanese and German?
Wow, that is different. There you go. Copy. This one. Oh yeah. Wow. That's pretty cool. So just the one section of pure facts on Equestria is over 3,000 words.
Oh my.
Yep.
And then when it's all said and done, I will have to read that.
You could technically go read it right now.
Donde?
Geology? See how close those are.
Gyeonggi?
Geology.
Gyeonggi. I mean, they do sound similar.
Yeah.
You will almost never hear me speak Spanish.
Say Spanish.
Mostly me gusta.
Not sure if gusta.
Not sure if gusta.
That one's my favorite. Uh-oh. Me gusta.
I love those phone call interruptions. There we go, muted. Not sure if gusta. My Spanish is probably at a grade 1 level. You know, grade 1 in like España.
Nah. I'm only fluent in Portuguese because I lived in Brazil.
When you first spoke Portuguese, I actually assumed you might be Brazilian. Because if you see Portuguese, for some reason, it's almost never someone from Portugal.
Yeah. I speak Brazilian Portuguese. And yes, there's difference between Portuguese. Or what they like to call the King's Portuguese.
The King's Portuguese. Well, there's also different Spanish. There's Latin Spanish, or is it called Latin Spanish? I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's American Spanish, and there's Castiliano, and all them.
I just know that pretty much everything that's not Spain Spanish is pretty much the same. Spanish from España. I don't know. I could be wrong. I just think I know. I just think I'm right.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
I'm so confident in myself I look like an asshole.
You see, I just bombard people with a lot of information, and then they just assume that I'm right so that they can stop listening to me and run away as fast as they can.
All I know is that in España, their S's are pronounced as TH, so Eth. Mi nombre es.
Interesting.
Well, that's what my friend says. Actually, she's probably like, yeah, right. She's like obsessed with Spain. I don't know why.
There's better things to be obsessed with, like ponies.
I know, right? Come on.
Who wants to mess around with some boring old country when you can make up your own?
Exactly. I should make an outro while it's on my mind. How are we going to end this?
Oh, I don't know. Stay classy.
Stay classy, every pony.
Oh, I should get back to writing stuff, because I haven't written anything since yesterday. Oh no, my guilt, it's getting the best of me. Also, I like loading up DeviantArt every once in a while, and seeing the newest submissions.
Mm-hmm.
And how every single time, without fail, there is at least one pony-related picture.
Let me do that right now. Let's see. Oh, there's no pony for me. Can you believe it?
I got one.
I didn't. And again, let's see.
Oh.
No pony.
Got one.
I didn't.
Do it again.
No, wait. There is one, Fluttershy. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let me see.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Hey.
A griffin.
Hey, alright. Actually, it's human Fluttershy and regular Fluttershy, and the human actually looks a lot better, which is surprising. I find ponies very easy to draw, and yet humans not so much.
Yeah. I don't like people.
I don't like humans. Make me a pony. Make me a pony now.
I am not a people person.
Take me to Equestria.
I got one that's pictures of horses. Not exactly ponies, but that's close enough.
Super Brohoof. And that's how Equestria was made.
Super Brohoof.
Hehehe.
Oh boy. I would tell people to go read my other story that I started writing a long time ago and then suddenly stopped. But you don't have to go read it, it's terrible. Trust me.
Is it?
It needs a lot of work. And I hate to admit it, but the Great Brony Migration is actually a much higher quality.
Even though you hate it with a passion.
I don't necessarily like the idea, but it's a lot of fun. So
It's a lot of fun.
doing it.
It's a lot of fun messing with your readers, I'm sure, isn't it?
Oh yes. Yes. Theorize. Make assumptions. Build little houses out of clay. I shall come by and crush them.
And that's why I don't theorize. I see almost no point, since I'm usually wrong anyway.
I just think it's fun to see the thought process a lot of people seem to be going through. And with every chapter, I mean, what they say doesn't affect really anything, because I already have them planned out for the most part.
So you just don't care what anyone says, you're doing it
Yeah,
your
so
way.
I just do it. Just post them.
Even if someone just had a fantastic idea, would you still ignore it?
I would log it away. Maybe save it for later. Unless it would make something better. But most of the time it doesn't.
And then every pony died. There's my suggestion.
And then nuclear explosions segue into Fallout Equestria.
That's it! Yours is the prequel to Fallout Equestria.
Oh, that would be terrible.
I have not even read a single chapter of Fallout Equestria.
And neither have I, but I've had it suggested to me so many times. Everyone's like, you should read this. I was like, I don't have time to read anything.
I'm pretty much intimidated by anything that has over maybe 30,000 words.
But yeah, Fallout Equestria, if you count everything that the original author's done, and then all the offshoots, it's something ridiculous, like over 1 million words, I'm sure.
I tried reading Background Pony, for like a video, and I like it, but I don't think I want to actually read any more of it and post it on YouTube, cause it's so friggin' long.
I love Background Pony. Just, it is my all-time favorite fic ever. And it's still going on, which is crazy, but I don't think even if I tried to read it, not just because it's so amazingly long, I don't think I'd be able to do it justice. It's really intense, especially when you get towards, well, the later chapters.
I just read the first one, and for a video, and I had to do it within 2 periods, and unfortunately, the second time my microphone was not plugged in, and I didn't know it, so the computer used the crappy built-in microphone, and I don't want to redo it. I do not feel like reading. How many words was it? Probably like over 5,000 words.
It's a ridiculous amount of words. Because that one was 11,000 words, 11,564.
Yeah, that's it. The first time I read it, the first part, I'm pretty sure I didn't even get halfway. Then I read the second part, and it's got the crappy microphone. I'm like, oh,
Goodness.
Tu perro.
218,000 words right now. The whole thing.
Let me find it. I think it's under my favorites. It's funny. The first was your story. The first thing I favorited. It must have been, because it's the first thing I see every time I go to my favorites.
Yeah, Background Pony was the first one I ever favorited.
Yeah, you should feel special. You're my first favorite.
Yay!
Yeah. Yes, the first day I joined FemFiction, your story was featured. And I'm like, this is pretty good.
That's funny, because the first time I joined FemFiction, Background Pony was featured at the time. Like, oh, that's weird. I think it's funny that he started that one off as like a one-shot.
Yeah.
And then he wrote the second chapter, and then it got uber popular. more uber popular. And then he went insane and doubled that chapter, and then almost doubled that chapter for the next one, and then stayed solidly within 23,000 words every chapter. Madman.
Let's see. Yes. I'm gonna...
I feel lazy.
Going to try and clear out my read later. Because I have read some of these. Let's see, haven't read that. Not sure if I want to read it anymore. It doesn't appeal to me for some reason. Background Pony was under read later. I'm going to favorite that now. Yes.
You should read that one. Everybody should read that one. Though it looks like everybody already has.
I would love to actually make a video for every chapter because I'm not sure if anyone has actually read it on YouTube. But man, that would take forever.
That would take forever.
Let's see. I think it takes me about a little over an hour for 10,000 words. So 20 hours, roughly 22 hours to read the entire thing. Yeah. Just roughly speaking. And then it usually takes me about half the time it takes to read it is usually how long it takes me to edit it. So yes, it would not be worth it, I don't think. I'll just read it to myself quietly.
Even then, it takes me a while to get through it because I have to like stop and calm down, because it is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's very cerebral, but at the same time it's crazy emotional, and it is very sad.
I definitely love the sad stories, without a doubt. Anthropology is another one I really need to read, I think.
Uh-oh. I'm being paged.
Oh my.
Well, we could call it quits now, or waste another minute, and then we would have exactly 1 hour.
Yes, let's have exactly 1 hour. We can do it. Yes. 50 seconds now.
Useless banter! Useless banter!
Favorite pony, go!
Oh, favorite pony. I bet you would never guess.
It has to be main 6, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But your favorite pony, Applejack.
Huh, close. Your favorite pony is Fluttershy.
Oh! Yeah, it is. But that's almost everyone's favorite.
I do like Fluttershy, though I dislike the color yellow, which is interesting because I like Fluttershy, but I don't like the color yellow. It's a paradox.
Wait, what's yours? Tell me now. Is it Rainbow Dash?
Nope.
Wait, Applejack's close, but it's not Rainbow Dash?
Yeah. There's convoluted logic behind that designation.
Twilight Sparkle.
Yep.
Yeah, should have guessed that since they had sex.
Oh well. You've seen my blog, right? I basically do what she does all the time. I worry about everything. I'm always constantly reading or writing something, or studying something. I can't help myself. I must know everything.
Pony I'm closest to, I don't know. Yep, no idea. Took a quiz once. Told me Pinkie Pie. I don't think that's right.
Every single quiz, I think, that I could find. It's like 4 of them. Every single one I got Twilight Sparkle.
Rainbow Dash was a very close second, just saying. And then everyone else, there was like, oh no, you're not really much like any pony else. I can sort of see Rainbow a little bit, I suppose. But I'm not party crazy like Pinky.
Oh, there's so much work to do. Oh my goodness. Oh, also, it's not a spoiler, and it's also not a promise, but I want to finish this by the end of summer.
Is that right?
I think I can do it. If I keep on my schedule of about every 2 weeks and 13 days, release the next chapter. 6,000 words or so is pretty good, pretty doable.
You heard it here first, every pony. That is, if you actually watch the full version, because I'll probably cut this out of the shortened version that contains only the reading.
Yeah, 6,000 words. It seems like a lot when I'm writing it. Like, I feel like I'm being overly wordy and redundant and ridiculous. But then Reds and Pittsburgh come in and they slap me around for a while to make me fix it. That's what editors are for.
Right.
People who will yell at you politely. Oh, well then we shall bring this to a close.
Yes, because there's been a whole lot of nothing. I mean, there's been a whole lot of something, but also a whole lot of nothing.
I guess you could also keep asking me questions. Like how I, on a whim, decided to tell you what side I was on.
Yeah.
And I've seen people keep asking other people, which side are you on? Which side are you? The Republic or the Empire?
It's actually pretty funny. I almost never hear about the Republic or the Empire. Pretty much only from you.
Yeah. I think it's an interesting concept.
I agree. Is there a fan fiction about that?
I think there's several, actually. From what I could glean from the interwebs, is that it started out as a thing on a forum. I don't know if it was on 4chan, like actually, an MLP board, or when it was still on B or Co or whatever. But yeah, somebody decided, oh, there should be two sides, and then role-playing ensued, and then somebody screwed it up, so everybody who actually cared left, went someplace else, and then called it the New Lunar Republic. And that's what we've had ever since.
Let's see. What was I going to say? I don't remember. Something about... I don't know. Oh, yeah. Of course. How could I forget? Yeah, I was only going to ask if you wanted to do readings again.
Oh, I don't know. It's awfully hard to do it around here. Goodness. I bet I could crank out chapters faster if I wasn't interrupted all the time.
All I know is it made it a lot more interesting for me.
Like, oh, I'm here. No, I'm not. I'm gone. Oh, I'm here again. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah.
Got you on that one.
Yeah. I bet you can't wait to hear your voice. Can you?
Yes. Cannot wait. I'm curious about the comments.
The comments we'll get.
Yeah, actually. Because I will be making a blog post and I will put a link to the video, obviously, because
It features you.
It does feature me.
Ever wondered what my voice sounded like? Follow the link.
There's also other things. I mean, I could start doing it, maybe, perhaps, but I don't know. It seems to me, this is just a personal observation, that authors that get really popular, and I'm not saying that I'm very popular, really, just a novelty, but they tend to project an air of unapproachability, whether they intend to or not. And that's something that if I were to make something good enough to go somewhere, that I don't want to have happen to me, so...
Yeah. Silence. Okay. I was actually thinking maybe something happened. But yes, yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Quite.
Quite.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Yes. 271 followers. That's how many you have. So I would say that you are fairly popular.
Really? What? I have that many? I haven't even looked.
Yeah, I just felt like looking it up. I believe the last time I looked, I don't remember when that was, but it was definitely like mid 100. Because I stalk your film fiction.
That's okay. I update my little module thing every once in a while, full of madness and nonsense.
Yes. And then there's your comments. Last time you got one was 1 week 5 days ago.
I don't even understand it. I don't know what the picture is.
I know what it's from, but I don't understand. It's from Soul Eater. Pretty good anime.
Yeah, I got that and I sat there for a good 30 minutes just staring at it, trying to figure out what he was trying to say.
God, chapters. Maybe what he's saying is that there's too many chapters and he doesn't have time to read them, so it's kind of like flipping the table.
Is it like I thought it looked like flipping the table, but I don't even know what he's flipping. I don't even know what's doing the flipping.
I could explain it to you, but I don't think there's much point. Yes. Soul Eater. All my viewers, go watch it. It's pretty good. Yes. I have a feeling maybe most of you have already seen it.
Maybe. And people keep saying, "Oh, look, Stargate Equestria," and I was like, I've never seen Stargate except for the movie that came out forever ago.
Stargate. I want to say I may have seen some of that. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure you've seen at least the movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That kind of like spawned the TV show, but I never saw the TV show. People keep asking me, and I keep saying no. It's weird. Ooh. 14 weeks, 6 days ago I registered on FinFic. And that was about a week after I finally came to terms with me being a brony.
Oh, let's see. How many weeks ago was it for you?
14 and 6 days.
Oh, yes. It's 11 weeks and 4 days for me. That was, I believe... yeah, probably 3 weeks when I'm like, hey, I'm a brony.
Yeah. I watched the entirety of the first season over, like, spring break.
Hey, that's what happened to me, except I guess I'm thinking my spring break was much later than yours.
Probably.
My spring...
Yeah. That's interesting.
Actually, it was Easter break. Some people, that's the same thing, but not for me. That's it.
Yeah. Ours is earlier. Much earlier than Easter.
Yes. Come on, my viewers, sit down. I have a story to tell you of how I became a brony. It was Easter.
Time.
Time for you to get off.
Time for me to go.
Well, it's
Easter.
it was Easter. Actually, do I need to finish my story, or do you really need to go?
I should go now, because I need to go now. What? Look at this. What is it? Oh. Another shirt to add to the collection. We snaw.
They winnie.
Hey, Winnie. That's the other thing. Now that you say that. I've read a few fics. Like, all the ones that I've read are in my favorites list. Which is a grand total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wow, look at that. 9, 10. Oh, 10. 10, but one of them doesn't really count. So, and all of those, I never once saw anyone use any kind of, horse mannerisms or things that horses do.
Really?
And it was intriguing. So that's one of the things that I started doing a while after I wrote the first 2 chapters of this one. Started putting that kind of stuff in, like looking it up, researching things, figuring it out. Also got a creeper face. Yeah. Well, I should go now.
Well, it's been a pleasure. And yeah, I guess I'll just like make an outro later.
Well, it's an outro.
Outro. Intro, outro. Go ahead, say something.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen, mein viewers.
Mein viewers.
Mein viewers.
I go to be with the princess of the night.
And until next time, every pony, I bid you farewell. And goodbye to you, Laichonious.
Luna's best princess. Just throwing that out there.
Yes, I agree. Goodbye.